the Highlands Let FM. John Wade there with Missing You. It's 8:40 now.
Advisory services offered through Second Half Financial Partners, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. The opinions voiced and information provided in this material are for general informational purposes only and are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual. To determine which investments are appropriate for you, please consult with a financial advisor. Second Half Financial Partners, LLC does not provide tax or legal advice. Please consult your tax or legal advisor regarding your particular situation.
Okay, I hope I did that right. Philip, are you there? Did I do that right?
I am. You did. You did. You pushed the right button at the right time.
Yay. All right. Hey, how have you been, Philip?
Hey, I'm hanging in there. Doing well, enjoying this little cooler weather. I was out walking this morning and noticed that there's a lot of frosty roofs in my neighborhood.
Really? Frosty roofs? I didn't
Yeah.
know. Of course, when I left, it was like totally dark. So,
You didn't see anything, did you?
I didn't see much of anything. Yeah. So exciting times, I guess. The government shutdown thing is coming to an end, and I bet you're a
Hopefully.
busy guy right now.
Hopefully they're going to vote today. The House will vote to open us up, and the president will sign it, and we can get back to normal shortly.
Yep, looking forward to that. We love
Me
normal.
too. That we do. Hey, let's start out with yesterday. Yesterday was kind of a mixed bag. As we look, the Dow Jones Industrial Average was a big winner yesterday, up almost 1.2%, $559. But blew everybody else out of the water. S&P 500 up $14. The Nasdaq was actually down about $59. The Russell 2000 up a whole $2.63. So, hey, but other than the Nasdaq, we did have green ink, which is always good to have across the board. And this morning we've got a tinge of green heading into the open as well. So that's looking pretty good. As we kind of look at, we don't have much in the way of economic news yet because the government's not open. And so once we get them open, hopefully they're going to catch up on some of the economic numbers that we have coming out. The only thing that did come out yesterday was the National Federation of Independent Businesses, their optimism index, and it didn't change. It was 98.2, which is basically what it had been. So not a big deal there. Interest rates have, they've kind of fluctuated. The lowest we've seen in the last few months has been about 4.5% on the 30-year. It's actually up to 4.68 right now. So it seems to be migrating up a little bit on the yields. I was looking for some other tidbits. We usually Wednesdays is kind of mortgage day, and mortgage applications for home purchases had their strongest November since 2022, even though interest rates ticked up a little bit. So that was some good news on home purchases. Now on refinances, up over last year, but still down when it comes to week to week. So not quite as good on the mortgage front as far as the refis, and I think it's because interest rates kind of ticked up a little bit. The couple other tidbits we have: if you are a lover of On shoes, those have become quite the thing now for runners and even for not runners. My wife used to always get them for work because they're so comfortable having to be on her feet all the time. So, but here's the deal: no Black Friday deals for On shoes. So don't expect them to be on sale. They're not expected to be on sale. They reported, and they had a really good quarter. They are I guess they're a France company. They're in francs. So they beat quite a bit. They came in at 43 cents in francs versus 25 cents expected. Revenue was well ahead of expectations also. So earlier this morning, at least, they were up about 6%. I don't have a current trade just because they're not on our U.S. markets. But again, if you love On shoes, which a lot of people do, no sale on Black Friday, so don't expect anything there. Another little tidbit: NVIDIA the company that they buy a lot of supplies from called Foxconn. They're a big supplier for Apple as well. They had a really good quarter. And again, they're in Taiwan dollars. They're a Taiwan company. So they beat there as well. Had a good quarter. But that some people use Foxconn or a couple of other companies that are related to Foxconn as kind of an Apple play, NVIDIA play, because they are a big supplier. They're expecting a 17% rise in AI demand. So between Apple, NVIDIA, and some of these other companies, they expect to have a really good year coming up this next year. The Not much in the way of earnings. I was trying to look at some other things. Advanced Micro Devices, Dave and I talked about them. I think it was last week. Their earnings came out. Well, they came out. They had an investor day yesterday, and they came out and said that their data center revenue they expect to jump 60% in the next 3 to 5 years. That information has got Advanced Micro Devices, AMD, trading up a little over 6% this morning. And we got a couple companies, Scotty, that are putting themselves up for sale, or at least investigating the possibility of putting themselves up for sale. The financial operations firm called Bill Holdings is considering a potential sale to either an industrial rival or a private equity firm. But just that news and prospect that they may be selling has them trading up almost 13.5% this morning. And another company called Clearwater Analytics. Now they're a big cloud native platform, and they're weighing the possibility of selling their business as well. That has them trading up about 10% this morning. So just on the news of rumors that maybe they're selling has stocks moving up this morning on those couple. I was looking to see if there's anything else. There's a company called Circle Internet. They did report their earnings, and they came in at 64 cents a share versus 22 cents a share estimate. They beat on revenue as well. However, they reported that stable coin, that market accounts for 29% of their market shares, and because they own that company and that those shares are down, it's affecting them. They're trading down about almost 4% this morning, and it says they're down like 40% over the last 3 months. So they're struggling a little bit. Okay. That's really, I think, Scotty, all the news that's hitting the marketplace today. A couple analysts, Barclays is telling people Carvana is taking a bigger share in the used car space, which I find interesting.
That is interesting. Yeah, I'm right with
the vending machine.
That one.
Go put your credit card in and walk out of the car, right?
Isn't that something? I never would have guessed that would be a thing that would work, but I guess it does.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. And to think that, it wasn't that long ago, they were on the ropes. Their earnings weren't anything. They were losing money. But they've really turned that ship around and found their little niche there, I guess. Okay. So let's look at where we look. It seemed like we're going to open the day. Right now, we've got pretty good green ink. The Dow Jones Industrial 30 up 0.3%. S&P 500 is up almost 0.4%. And the NASDAQ 100's up a little over 0.6%. Russell 2000 is up about 1/3% as well. On the other side of the coin, we've got silver. Man, making another big jump this morning, equal to yesterday, up another 1.8%. To $51.65 an ounce, a huge jump. And gold's up about 0.5%. Crude oil, a little less than yesterday, but down 1.5% from the close, trading at $60.12 a barrel right now. And if we look back at some of the Asian markets, I've got to go to a different page here. Asia is kind of a mixed bag. We got some ups when it comes to the Hang Seng and the Nikkei trading up, the Asian market trading down, Shanghai's trading down as well slightly. On the European markets, the green ink across the board, anywhere from 0.04% to the big winner today looks like it's probably the CAC 100 trading up about 1.4% this morning. So across the board, green ink even in those markets. On the crypto market, a little bounce back this morning. Bitcoin up 2.2% this morning. That's $2,250 at 105, 109. So a little bump from them after a couple of down days on their front. So that's kind of where we're sitting right now. Scotty, folks out there that are getting close to retirement, or if they're not sure if they're where they need to be, we offer a 30-minute phone consultation just to walk through the process of where they are, where they want to get to, and how they can proceed to get there. Give us a call at 863-877-1188 to schedule that call. And then join us this weekend for the Statler Financial Radio Show, 6 a.m. and noon on Saturday, 10 a.m. Sunday morning on Highlands News Talk, 7:30 a.m. and 95.3 FM. And Scotty, good talking to you. I won't be here tomorrow. You're going to have it all by yourself. That's going to be fun. I know.
Oh, yeah. I'll do a great job for you. I'll do my level best, Philip, and I probably won't have a chance to talk to you again anytime soon. Hey, happy holidays to you. And,
all right, man. Good
family.
deal. And I'll talk to everybody.
Yeah.
Dave and I will be back on Friday.
All right. Good talking to you, Philip. Have a great day. There's
all right,
Philip Statler, Statler Financial Services. Yes, sir.
Imagine for a moment that an intense storm is